What is going on, guys? It is Powerbang. Welcome back to another Clash of Clans video. We got a double upload today. Wanted to make sure you guys didn't miss out on your regularly scheduled programming. That being said, I gotta point out today, in the comment of the day, AJ Powell saying, bro, how did you slip another comment of the day past me? Guys, this dude is trying hard, but I gotta say, man, I didn't look at who was submitting the comments at all. I just literally went through and read them. And I gotta admit, man, I cracked up reading that comment, and I cut it out, dropped it into my editing, and when it was in my editing, that's when I noticed it was the same guy as yesterday. So, I promise, guys, I'll pick somebody new tomorrow, but that being said, let's get into today's video. Hope you guys enjoy. What is up, guys? It is Powerbang. Today's topic, probably the top Town Hall 10 strategy for getting 3 stars. That is the Suicide Hero LaLoon. What does that even mean? Basically, what the premise of this attack is taking both of your heroes and you're trying to get as much value for those heroes as possible with regards to an air attack. So what you're going to see in a lot of these raids is the king and queen are going to enter at a certain portion of the base. You can see Huki here using wall breakers to open up the defense, plus the enemy archer queen lingering just past the wall. Perhaps he can get the queen, perhaps not. It doesn't look like he's counting on it, though, because he does have 2 skeletons in his army composition. So the goal here is to get both of the air defense. So this is kind of extreme value for the cost of just a couple of wizards, which you need to get the funnel down because it's important that your heroes go into the base rather than walk around. So that is kind of the premise of the initial part of this very strong attack. Then it's all about coming in with that really heavy lalo and having it be more loon based than hound based. So what you're going to see is a couple of hounds come in, a nice little spread going across the entire base, a couple of different paths being taken there to soak up as many air traps as possible. You can see that second hound up there triggers 3 seeking air mines, and then he's going to send in his last lava hound to the final air defense on that upper side. So just a really, really impressive job. You can see in the core, skeleton spells used as part of a rage spell to take out the enemy queen. You can see those skellies gain momentum, take out the queen, hop to the king. They're going to take him out as well. And then the balloons, at this point, really, it's just a matter of momentum getting through the rest of the base. You've got rages, you've got haste to kind of speed everything along. So Huki doing a fantastic job here, demonstrating the Suicide Hero Lalo as one of the top Town Hall 10 strategies. So we have a whole lot of action in store today in Clash of Clans, and I've got 5 more attacks to show you guys, all from the same war, all using the same strategy. Slight variance in each, but basically the premise is you need some sort of funneling troops to make sure that your heroes go into the base. You need some sort of tanking for your wall breakers. That could be the heroes themselves, but in this case, you're going to see giants used. You also could need some shielding to buy your queen time to do work and take out what she needs to take out. It all depends on the setup of the base, but the heroes with as minimal troop space as possible are going to come in and try to get as much value as possible in exchange for their lives. So here we go on the bottom left. Funnel created to make sure the queen and king walk to the left. As you can see here, look what the queen's going to be able to target. Once the king pushes by, notice those trailing wall breakers that come in before the cannon goes down to open up the corner. And look here at the giants that get dropped on the right side. And that is designed to buy the queen time to get work done and take out these defense buildings, specifically the Inferno Tower. If you can get an Inferno Tower for the cost of just your heroes, that is absolutely ideal. So in addition to that, check this out. Gets a skeleton spell and then continues on to an air defense as well. And now the queen is in range, ability is popped, and look at this. Additionally, she takes 1/2 a step back and evades somehow the queen's range, but that little bit of damage is enough to help the pups take her down later in the raid. Now, normally you'll want a skeleton spell to take out the queen, but if you think you can get her, which 3-Poach Layup here did think he could get that queen, it ended up not working out for him. But this is looking pretty good so far. In goes 3-Poach Layup. He's able to go in, drop the bombs with the balloons, and look where the queen's standing. Pretty fortunate, I would say, as the balloons actually drop bombs right on top of her, and she goes down. They get the air sweeper, and he's just overpowering the rest of the base. Quality freeze spell there used, and it looks like a heal spell is going to get all of those balloons back up to full health. And then he's got some flanking balloons coming in from the backside there. A, to distract the wizard tower, and B, to make sure that the initial group of balloons don't go astray and start going towards the outside of the base, as you saw that single balloon in the center doing. Instead, they push along around the ring, trying to get those core defenses taken out, typically the high hit point ones and the high DPS ones like those Expos. But again, base absolutely smashed here by 3-poach layup, and again, high value in exchange for those heroes on the entry. He got most of the queen taken out, as well as an Inferno Tower and an air defense. That is exactly the type of entry that you're looking for on the Suicide Hero LaLoon. Next up, we've got Miro Rezi. In this one, we've got a baby dragon and a wizard for the funneling. Check this out. Wizard starts off, gonna get the drill here, gonna get the builder's hut. Also, may get a shot off. Nope, doesn't look like it. She's going to get taken out. But now look at the baby dragon. Baby dragon's got a great funnel created, and now he's going to be targeting that upper section of the base. Notice what he's going after. I'll give you guys a second to look. Did you guys come up with the 2 air defenses? Well, that's what I came up with, in addition to the enemy archer queen. So trailing wall breakers come in. He's going to open up this wall just like so. And now the queen, once taking out the first air defense, she's going to walk into the base, target the cannon, and then that kind of perks up the ears of the enemy archer queen. She is going to hop the wall. Ability's going to get used. Boom. She's done. There goes the air defense, the second air defense. And in addition to everything going on here, guys, another extreme important aspect of this raid is that the shape of the base is created. In addition to taking out these key objectives, not only that, you want to create a really definitive path for your balloons to take around the base. As you can see with those initial balloons, he knows that they're all going to path from left to right there and start going clockwise around the base. There are no buildings left on that top quadrant for the balloons to get distracted with, and he knows exactly how everything's going to path. So that is really key, is that you shape the base. Typically, it looks like an L-shaped, regardless of which side that you come in on. It's just an L rotated 90 degrees in a different direction. So Miro Rezi sending in those flanking balloons once again, trying to make sure that his balloons don't escape too far out from the core. You can see how he does lose a component of them, but it's okay. He's got backside balloons coming in as well. Really solid raid here, and he's even got a nice split to make sure that they're able to approach and get that Inferno Tower. First shot doesn't work, but the second shot, that's going to get the job done, and it's all about the sweeper at this point. That sweeper is going to be a little bit of a thorn in his side, but the balloons are staggered slightly, so maybe eventually that air sweeper will miss. Right here, he does miss a couple of them. Finally, he's going to be able to get the air sweeper taken out, and it's just a matter of cleanup at this point. Very nice raid from Miro, and it looks like the balloons are going to clean out the core with the help of the minions and pups in the south part of the base. So, 3 examples down. Guys, I've got 3 more to show you guys on different bases with different objectives being taken out. It doesn't really matter what you get. You just got to make sure that you get good value for your heroes. Good value looks like a couple of air defenses, or an Inferno Tower and the Queen, or the CC and the Inferno Tower, or an air defense and an Inferno Tower. You just kind of got to get multiple things hopefully taken care of. The Inferno Tower kind of trumps them all when it comes to value, though. So if you guys can, just scout the base, figure out like, hey, I think I can get, X and X, then it's, more often than not kind of worth it. So the heroes come in from the left side on this one. You can see that wizard starting off on the funneling there. King's going to go around. Check out the wall breakers here. Opening up the wall like so, the king is going to use the ability and start working his way around the base. He's got the wizard on the outside helping with the funnel. And notice what the queen's trying to do. She's already taken out an air defense. She has the enemy queen. She has the Inferno Tower. And it looks like a skeleton spell is dropped. I don't know what... It looks like he's distracting the queen so he can actually use the ability, get the queen as well. Holy cow, what a great job on that. He also gets the Tesla. Man, what a fantastic entry from 3-poach layup there. So in from the left side, we now have the balloons starting at the edge of the ring. And again, what I said about pathing in the last raid, guys, notice how he's got that whole left quadrant carved out, and that initial entry from the bottom left, is going to go counterclockwise around the base. There's nowhere else for it to go. So very nice job shaping the base. He's got that very well-timed Lalo coming in from the backside there, approaching the Inferno Tower. And again, if you can shape the base so that your loons, if you do get an Inferno Tower on the entry. The loons on the backside, you want to guide right to the second Inferno Tower, and then if you do have a heal spell in your army composition, you are in absolutely fine shape. As you can see here, he goes into the backside with a whole bunch of full health balloons going at one archer tower. So I think he's going to be just fine. Even has a Lava Hound survive the raid. So this thing was absolutely smashed. He's got all kinds of pups on the bottom part and the right side of this base. He gets a nice loon split there, and that is going to be that for NA Oshawott. So nice work to 3-poach layup here. I've got a couple more raids, guys, to show you of the Suicide Hero Lalo, and one or two little nuances that is going to, you know, kind of show up often during your cleanup process. All right, so the next one, we got 30 balloons in this composition. Very minimal support troops here, only one wizard and a couple of archers. So you can see the archers are on this army camp, and that's just a way to get a funnel created for 2 less camp space. So instead of taking a wizard there, he takes a couple of archers, being mindful that, hey, that's another minion I have for cleanup. So now he's got the heroes. He knows they're going to go up to the right, and he drops the wizard up there to help out with the funnel, and it looks like he's going to come at the Inferno Towers. The king typically will wrap around the base, around the outside of the wall. He's not going to go bang the wall unless there's a pretty significant gap there. But the queen triggers a mini bomb. That lets him know that, okay, the coast is clear. I can send in my wall breakers now. They are going to open up the wall, and you can see kind of what he's starting to go after here. He's going to get a couple of these defenses that are targeting the king taken care of. Unfortunately, the Expo transfers to his queen a little bit early. That's going to limit some of the value that he gets, but check this out. Now he's got a queen with 1/3 of her health approaching that Inferno Tower, uses the ability, gets a Tesla, the Inferno, another Tesla, and is able to clear out that quadrant entirely. That way, again, he's got defined pathing. So as you can see, the troops will not bleed over to that right side. He's able to send in those Lava Hounds from the bottom and the left. He gets a nice spread on them and just kind of flanks the whole base coming from the left, and he's trying to drive those initial troops through the core. You can see the Rage Spell is down, kind of awaiting them, making sure that they go inward towards the Expo in there, just like so. And now they're pushing their way through the core. This is really, really solid. And notice he's got a heal spell waiting over there, as well as 4 backside balloons. You're going to see those be deployed right now. Here they come towards the top of the screen, and that is going to kind of flank in those that last air defense, just in case it's a problem. There's the haste spell. Boom. He's getting in there. Misses the air defense, unfortunately. The loons didn't quite path there, but you know what? He's got loons all over the place here. Miro's going to take this base out with ease. So many balloons left over that even though he loses a couple on the last air defense, he is going to be just fine. He gets a nice little hound explosion there, which is not what you want. I will show you guys how to deal with that in the next raid, where we have an example of how to clear the hound out of your way as you're attacking with the Suicide Hero Lalo. So other than that, great timing here with the lava pups. They approach his army. They just finished up with a building, so they're able to take all these attacking lava pups out with ease. They're all down now. Just a matter of getting the balloon taken care of and finishing up with the final few buildings to get himself the 3-star. So Miro with an amazing war. Great job to him, and he's going to lead us into this last attack. I believe it's by Sean 2. So here we go. Sean 2, he's got 2 wizards here. Those wizards will be used for funneling purposes. He's also got a couple of archers. Down in front is the king, and he's going to be used for tanking. So in addition to, hopefully, you can see how he's kind of setting himself up to go for 2 air defenses and an Inferno Tower. He's got 4 wall breakers here. He's going to try to send those in at the cannon. But I do believe we have a wall breaker fail in this one. So it doesn't always work out right, but sometimes you're able to kind of correct and figure out what's going on. So I don't remember if it was this one that was failed or was another raid. He does open up the wall, but it looks like the queen is like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to go over here. This is a funneling fail. He needed one more building to go down and make a more aggressive funnel, because you can see the king starting to wrap. You can see the queen going the wrong way. He tries to save it with a wizard, but unfortunately, it's not going to be a wide enough funnel to get her to go back to the Inferno Tower. That is okay. He's going to be able to correct here. Sean 2 does a great job of kind of forcing the balloons in from a certain part. Now, what he's doing right now is base shaping. He makes sure that he takes out the Inferno Tower first. That way he doesn't have any bleeding by his troops kind of coming in and going around to the right side. So he does lose all of those first few balloons, but he does take out the Tesla and the Inferno, which is extremely high value for 5 balloons. So here we go now with the real attack. He sends in some gray flanking, and he's going to have to be watching that queen for where she's standing, because he does have 2 skeleton spells designed to take her out. She is standing in the very center of the base. There is another rage spell. He's going to wait for her to hop the wall, it looks like. And as she's kind of going to follow these balloons along, oh, you know what? No, he just keeps her in the center compartment with those skellies. Drops a second skelly there to go ahead and distract her. We'll see if they actually are able to take her out. It doesn't look like it. He's able to just buy some time here. But look at this, a heal spell with so many balloons left alive leads them into the final quadrant, and they are able to get all the way up to full health going into a fight with the Queen here. The Queen simply isn't going to be able to take out enough of these guys to thwart the efforts of this raid. Sean, too, rescues it. Great job to him. This was an example of a raid that didn't quite go properly, but essentially what you can do on the Lava Hound CCs, it may have been earlier on in this episode, I meant to make a note of it, but essentially what you can do is drop an archer during the cleanup process to lure the Lava Hound away from the buildings that you have to clean up on. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. The Suicide Hero LaLoon, I believe, is the best 3-star strategy at Town Hall 10. This is Powerbang. Hopefully you liked the video. Like it if you did. And I will be back in the future with more Clash of Clans videos. Take care, guys.